this show, the other show, the one you know. You're listening to the other show with real life friends, Kenny, Josh, and Spencer. So let's go.
You know, it's 10 o'clock right now.
Uh-huh.
And I should say, I know it's 10:30.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I didn't know it was this late. And I've been sitting here with my little bottle of Ambien because I just got prescribed this past week.
I was like, it's a subscription?
Well,
Premium plan, no ads.
Technically it is, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, good call.
Every 30 days, get a new one.
Hey, share your password with me, please.
And I was sitting here thinking, when can I take my Ambien? Because I was planning on taking this at around 9:30, because we usually record about 9.
I'm sorry.
Should I take one now and then see how far we can get into this episode before I doze off?
Is it a half hour? Is that what it usually takes?
Well, because I'm new to it, I don't take it every night.
Yeah.
But I started taking it this week, and I totally fell asleep eating my dinner.
Oh, like a cute little toddler sitting in his high chair.
My wife took a picture of it. She even fed me the rest of my food.
Will you ever show this picture to anyone, or is
I look like I look like a hot mess.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm on Ambien and I'm like about to spill my food.
Uh-huh.
But I probably put it in the teas.
Okay. Good.
It's pretty funny, but
yeah. So
I don't even remember.
Are you struggling to sleep? Are you having some issues?
Occasionally it's kind of interesting because like I try not to take something every night.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll take melatonin, and then I can't take that every night because you just get used to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm okay with falling asleep, either with a little melatonin or just on my own.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's almost every third night.
Oh.
Where, or if I get too much sleep the previous few nights, then I can't sleep that third or whatever. If that makes sense.
So on that third night, for example, if you take the Ambien, it will just knock you out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So it works pretty effective, and granted my wife takes it pretty much every night, and so it doesn't affect her. But I should say that it does affect her. She does Ambi Eat, which apparently I did as well. Because she claimed that I ate like 2 or 3 Pop-Tarts the other night, but
wait, so
it could have been either one of us.
You're in a stupor, and you're eating.
Yeah, which it's hard because I just don't have a very big appetite anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, I'll wake up sometimes either in the middle of the night and I knew that I ate because I feel so full, or just gross,
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
But I mean, having 2 of us on Ambien at the same time, I mean, that
it's not safe.
The more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this is how you end up on NBC Dateline or whatever, right?
Absolutely. You guys would have driven to Wyoming, middle of nowhere,
and rode a buffalo at Yellowstone in the middle of the night.
I sometimes get Ambien texts from a friend, and they're very loving. They're like drunk texts times 2, right? Oh. So I expect some nice messages from you to tell me how you really feel.
You're allowing me to absorb this in my subconscious.
Yes, exactly.
So, all right, I love you, Kent.
Just save it for the text, and when I see the typos, I'll be like, oh, bless his heart, he's gonna regret this tomorrow.
Yeah, but then you're like, wait a minute, there's no airs on that one.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is awkward. So sweet, but awkward. Josh, I have a story, and it's one that you and I have not really shared these kind of stories for years, and so I'm
It's a dating story, isn't it?
Oh, I have one of those too. Do you want to? Okay, you pick which one first. Dating story or near emergencies.
Oh, those two?
Yeah.
Let's go with door number 2.
Oh no, that's a bad door because it's specific. Okay, guys, I'm gonna keep this as clean as I humanly can. Okay, but sometimes, and I want everyone to know, and I think this is what you and I have done before, is for years you and I have shared embarrassing stories, and it may be like, oh, that's oversharing or that's juvenile. It's the human experience.
Oh yeah.
Right? And granted, do we overshare? Absolutely we do, right? Because we've kind of positioned ourselves as sometimes in certain circles as the whipping boy. And sometimes it's just the one that's just trying to like make everyone go, hey, none of us are perfect. You know? So I say that disclaimer that leads into this story. And Josh,
oh boy,
you and God were the only ones I thought of. Are you ready with that setup?
You're putting me in a league that's impossible to be like to be matched to. Right?
I know, but like I couldn't get you out of my head because I'm like, I can't wait to tell Josh. I cannot wait. So
I'm still trying to figure out how God comes in here. But
just wait. So last night, as of this recording, we had Baconsale's 500th episode.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. And we did this live event. It was a really good time. But right before, Joel was like, hey, let's have, we went like an hour early to set up table and everything like that. But it was hectic. And Joel's like, I'm going to get some sushi. I'm like, cool, I'll get some sodas. And like, I had a chance to eat one piece of sushi. Like I ordered a whole roll, but I just had one piece. And then I just kept it backstage. And then like, we had to practice everything, run through like the format, start of the show. It went a long 2 hours. And then said our goodbyes to everyone. And Joel's like, hey, here's this sushi that's been sitting out for 2.5 hours now. And I was like, yeah, that's my roll of sushi. So I had like another sushi. And I was like, you know what? I don't want this because it's been sitting out for a while. And 2 of my friends came and they said, hey, let's go to D's. So we went to D's over in Sugar House, which I am all about getting late breakfast, right? I love breakfast at any time. But like, for some reason, I was like, hey, D's is better than most.
Is it?
No, it's not. D's is no better. I mean, it's not even IHOP level. I always thought it was the best, but we could have gone to Denny's and I think had a better experience.
Yeah. This is a conversation maybe we should have after you tell the story because I do feel like the diner experience has kind of died. Okay.
And we were looking for a diner, but obviously it was like 11:30 at night.
Yeah. And they all close at like 10:30.
Yeah. And so I really wanted something good, but it didn't turn out that way. And obviously Spencer will be mad if we talk about, where we rank breakfast places. So he'll be, we'll see that.
We should rank that right now without
because
him
he's not here.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Village Inn, Denny's, IHOP, and D's. Rank those 4.
I feel like we need to also include Jim's Restaurant.
Oh, okay, deal. It's when I go to least, but I hear that.
That's number 5, by the way, Jim's Restaurant.
Yeah, I love your.
I hate that place. It's only open from like 9 to 3 too, right? So it's only catered to a certain demographic who essentially doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the food is, I'm sorry, honey. I know that you really like Jim's Restaurant, but it is subpar.
Yeah. Okay.
With that out of the way, number 4, I would say D's.
Okay.
D's used to be much higher on that list back, especially in college. I would say maybe about 15, 20 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago. I love their hash browns that they used to have, but it's gone downhill.
And it's I have often really liked it. They have less breakfast items now, and
interesting.
They put all the breakfast items, which is fine, on one plate, whether it's sweet or savory. Okay. And I don't love that. I want a separation of church and state.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. So D's.
D's.
Then you have Village Inn, IHOP, and Denny's left.
So number 3, I put IHOP.
Okay.
And I put IHOP there. Well, see, this one's kind of hard. I would almost tie second and third.
Okay.
But I would say IHOP mainly because they're fairly consistent, I would say. But
I would say homogenized is the word.
Yes. There's too much frozen food that they have that they just reheat.
Yeah.
And it's not. I think that's been their calling card though for pretty much ever since I've gone to IHOP.
Yeah.
When they came here to Utah. So I mean, it's just whatever. I mean, I did get free pancakes for a whole year from them back about 15 years ago.
Okay.
I won an essay contest.
Clearly memorable.
I won an essay contest about the most memorable thing that happened at IHOP.
Which murder?
No, it was when my parents told us about my little brother's arrival when they were pregnant with him, and I got free pancakes for a whole year.
You deserve them after hearing those stories.
I went twice.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
But then number 2 is Denny's.
Oh.
And I would say Denny's, again, it's
Consistency.
gone downhill.
Okay,
It's like-
okay. Interesting.
But it's consistent. And I would give it the nudge over IHOP just because I love the moons over your hammy or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places, to eat after midnight. And I mean, there's that whole story about Andy and Tooele that, we don't have to necessarily relive, but it was a great
classic.
last memory before, I text you 2.5 years later and saying I'm out.
Yeah. So the winner being
The winner is Village Inn.
okay.
I love Village Inn. And it's funny because my wife and we we're in our mid 40s. We very well could be moving into our early 70s because we love Village Inn.
The senior citizens dinners. Yeah.
Oh no, honestly, it's like date night is the Temple and Village Inn, right?
Oh, that's so cute.
Where did we go on our anniversary? Well, it wasn't our anniversary, but most of our other little anniversaries, we go to Village Inn.
Oh, okay.
So I love the pie. Plus, I'm an awards member. So, every 2 weeks, I get a reminder that I get a free slice of pie, or
What? I want to be a rewards member.
you just have to download the app.
Okay, deal.
You download the app when you're at Village Inn, and then they'll give you a free slice of pie just doing that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do they have like banana cream?
Mm-hmm. Coconut cream is my favorite.
Okay.
They also have a really good pecan pie.
Okay.
But honestly, the stuff that I've had there is, I mean, it's kind of about the same as far as like Denny's and that goes. But I think the pie kind of gives it a nudge. And plus, I love just their basic breakfast and their pancakes. So
Okay. Listen,
there we go. That's a long way to
impromptu way, but also I would probably agree with those rankings.
Yeah.
I used to like these a lot more. Then last night, our server was a little quirky. She's very chatty, which was
You
fine.
said this is the Sugar House one?
The Sugar House one, yeah.
On 2100 South? Freaky D's. Okay.
Wait, it's known as Freaky D's?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What?
that's in college, that's what we would call it, because after midnight, it was kind of freaky.
It was banging. There were a ton of people there when we went, and it was at midnight. So anyways, I get the griddle combo, which I love French toast. I'm never going to not order French toast. And so French toast, it had over easy eggs and bacon. And I love over easy eggs, but, something about them wasn't right.
They were too over easy.
Yeah, I think so. There was just something. Plus, sushi. So anyways, I'm with two buddies, and we all had to we were driving one car, and we had to drive one buddy back to his car and then eventually get to mine. And I was just pooped. I mean, sorry. I was exhausted.
Don't give away your story yet.
Yeah. I was exhausted. I'm like, I just want to go home. It's been a fun night, but I just want to crash and sleep in. And anyways, by the time we dropped one buddy off to my, or his car, like I was getting dropped off at mine and my tummy did the thing.
Uh-oh.
And it was like, and I was like, oh, Elliot, do not make that sound. Pete's Dragon was out in full force.
When it starts telling you, I love you too, that's when you know it's too late.
And listen, it's actually weirdly, I haven't struggled with stomach issues in a couple of years. Like I've been trying to eat a little bit better, even though I eat fast food a lot, but just like trying to take better care of my body. But like something happened and I got the pains and I was still in the car with my buddy. He started talking to me. I said, hey, could you hurry? Just take me to my car. Could you just get me to my car? Oh, no. I love you, man. Just drop me off. I'll text you when I get home. And he drops me off my car, super shady part of town. And I hurry and jump in and I like rush out of that parking lot. And I said, okay, I was about 33rd South in Salt Lake and I live in Davis County. So it's like, I'm a half hour away from home.
That's when like your second or third instincts kick in, where you look at a map in your head and you know exactly which gas station bathrooms are on the way that you could use that are on the way home. Oh,
Josh, thank goodness. I am a big believer in knowing every single Maverik location along the Wasatch Front, because Maverik will be open. Some gas stations are not, obviously. McDonald's won't be.
Just don't go to the Maverik on, is it
13th?
Well, there's 13th, but then there's the one that is over by, is it 4th South or?
Oh, it's 3rd South and State Street.
Yes.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, that one, I had to gas up one time, and I'm like, okay, I'm very much on E. I could gas up here, but I'm like, dear Heavenly Father, like just get me a little bit further away from here.
No, that's the homeless one for sure. So, anyways, I knew where I was going, and I said, "Listen, can't go," because it was in that brief reprieve when your stomach kind of goes, and you're like, "Okay, I'm good." Like, right? We've all been there. Where you're like, "Okay, that pain wasn't bad."
Yeah, you can make it. You can make it. You can
that pressure wasn't bad. You maybe try the half hour. And I got up to the light on 33rd South, kind of by where that movie theater is, Century 16. And I was turning left, and the light was red for a long time, like 4 hours, I swear. And all of a sudden, the pressure came back. And when I say, like, it was like the pain I've never felt probably since my LDS mission. And you know those times when you are just in dire need of a bathroom. And I was like, no. And Josh, I mean, and for everyone listening, I'm sorry, but I said, Heavenly Father, please don't let this happen. Please. And I just kept repeating it. And I said, Heavenly Father, please don't let this happen. And I knew, and finally the light turned green. I was on 33rd South, and in 4 blocks on my right was a Maverik. And I said, I will make a deal. I will do anything.
Careful.
Yeah, I know. And I said, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell Josh about this. Oh, and I was just trying to think of anything other than the pain I was feeling. And I'll just say this. Like my body, I was clenching so hard. My whole body, not just parts of my body. My whole body is clenching. I was like shaking. And I was like, nope. This is not the day that you're not driving a half hour in this. This is not the day, Kent. And I was sweating to death. And I turned on like my AC full blast. I'm like, no. And then, of course, there's a car in front of me at the light where I'm supposed to turn right to go to Maverik. And I'm like, how? I'm living in a simulation. He knows I need to get there. He knows I need to use this bathroom. Why are you stopping me? So finally, it goes green. And my friend who dropped me off at his car, he kept going. He's probably wondering, like, why is he going to Maverik at 12:30? And I pull into the parking lot, get out of my car, and I'm walking. And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay now that I'm standing up. things are good. I don't put that pressure on myself, but don't risk it. And so I walk into Maverik. It's pretty much empty. And I was like, cool. I love Maverik bathrooms. And they're the bathrooms behind the cashier counter, you know, kind of behind that little wall. And I look at the men's bathroom.
Oh no.
And there's a piece of paper on it and says, men's bathroom closed. And there was the garbage can in front of the doorway and that little yellow, wet floor sign blocking people from coming in. And I looked closer at it and it said, please ask attendant if you need to use. And then I was like, okay, that's still a possibility. I don't know if the plumbing's gone. I don't care. And I look around the entire store and the attendant is nowhere to be seen.
Of course, they're probably in the girls' bathroom.
No, and then I look at the girls' bathroom, same sign, right? Even more blockage in the door. And then I'm like, you know what? It's going to happen in Maverik. And I refuse to let anything bad like that happen in a Maverik. And so I just moved the garbage can.
They have really good security cameras.
Yeah.
That pick up like
it would be permanent.
Perfect.
It would be permanent. And so I walked into the men's bathroom and I said, hello, knock, knock. Like literally like that, knock, knock. And the attendant was in the men's bathroom stall. And he goes, yeah, sorry, man. Give me a minute. And I was like, you're good. And I backed slowly out of the bathroom and I said, you can't wait for this guy. There's no way you're waiting 30 seconds. So what did I do, Josh?
You just barged in?
No, there's only one stall in the men's bathroom.
Oh, no. Women's.
I used the women's bathroom.
Good for you.
I moved that garbage can. I went, hello? Knock, knock. Hello?
It's Kennedy.
It's Kennedy. Is there anyone here in the lavatory? And there was silence, right? Remember, the Maverik was empty. And so I jumped in the first stall. Usually I put a piece of paper down. Of course, I had no time for that. Anyways, things are good, right? Things are great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you're like, oh, man, that wasn't even painful. What do you... Anyways. And then, of course, all of a sudden I can hear from the open doorway, Maverik is like just as busy as Dee's was all of a sudden. And I'm like, oh no, women may come in here. I just moved the garbage can and everything. And then what? Am I playing chicken with them too? Am I going to stay in here until they all leave? And I was like, I don't know what to do, because what if I'm done? And then I'm washing my hands and there's a man with facial hair standing there at the sink. And I'm like, sorry, the one was closed.
When you try to pretend that you're blind or something. You know?
Yeah. And so anyways, thankfully, I was able to wash my hands, walk out of Maverik, like literally briskly walked out without buying anything, went to my car and said a prayer of gratitude and once again, I said, oh, I should just call Josh right now, but it's 1 a.m.
I would have answered.
No, you're on Ambien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, listen, I apologize, everyone. I try to keep that as clean as possible. I just want you to know, like, it happens to all of us, especially Josh and I.
It's true. And I hate that feeling. It's that urgent feeling of like, you don't know. It's that gut feeling, because you don't know if it could go any time. And just that pain, it's like it ruins judgment.
Yes.
Because you're like, oh, I can make it. But at the same time, then you're running through your head like, okay, I could go here.
And then you pass the place you thought. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Oh. Anyways. And secondly, Josh, listen, this is now Kenny's story hour, apparently. If we're okay with that.
Go for it. I mean, all I have is a story of me on Ambien, so, you know.
So I want to apologize. Like, obviously, we got a late start to this recording. Once again, Spencer would have killed us. But when I called you, what did I say to you tonight?
I'm late. I'm about 45 minutes away, and I'm in Tooele. And what did I say in response?
You said Tooele is not a good place for you. And I was like, yeah, being late, having to do it to Tooele. Yeah, I think you told me to leave immediately, get out of there.
But hey, look, we're recording together, so
Yeah.
all's good.
Yeah, so, and just quickly, so I went on a date tonight, and it was kind of last minute. I picked her up from the airport, and she has family here. And so, we got some quick food, but
Not sushi or D's, right?
no, Thai, which so far so good.
At least you're home.
Yeah, and there's no place like home. But anyway, so her family lives in Tooele. So I drove to Tooele, and once again, I'm like, I texted you on the way. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be late. I'll call you in just a little bit. But yeah, it's far away.
Wait, is there Thai food in Tooele?
No, definitely. There's like
Okay, because
only
I was
fast
going to
food.
say you definitely are getting food poisoning in the morning.
Absolutely. But it was funny because so I don't want to give too much info out, but this girl, she's a flight attendant, and I have dated another flight attendant 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, they work at the same airline.
Oh no.
Oh, and granted, here's the thing. Yeah.
Did you talk about her during this date?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I know. And listen, here's the thing. The previous flight attendant I dated, great girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I disappointed her because I was not committal at that time. And we dated for a minute, and it was just like, it didn't work out. And I think I was, just casually dating. And which
neither
not
one
nice.
of you were grounded.
No, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But she did put me on. There's this, and I actually want to know if you've ever heard of this. There's a Facebook group for every state in the nation that says, "Are we dating the same person?"
Oh.
Have you ever heard about this?
I have. I can't remember if I've heard it because of you.
It's probably me or Sophie. So
Yes.
So this "Are we dating the same person?" I think had a good origin. Basically, it's a place for where only women can go. Though I'm sure there's some exceptions, but only women can go. And then they say, "I went on a date with this guy. He got really handsy or threatened me. If he tries to chat you up on dating app, just know he has a criminal record or whatever." It's a place where women protect women.
Okay.
And I respect that. What it's turned into since then is this guy is a total jerk. He's a flake and non-committal and that sort of thing. Or this guy, he ghosted me. What a jerk. And everyone's like, yeah, what a jerk. So it's kind of non-offenses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dating app type behavior. So I did make an appearance a couple years ago because I was non-committal, and that was seen as rude. And I get it, right? I didn't intend to hurt feelings or offend, but that's the way it came to be. Well, my date tonight said, hey, I'm on this Facebook group. And I was like, oh no. And she's like, yeah, I looked you up. And I was like, go on.
Oh no.
And she was like, honestly, it wasn't so bad, because she's pretty rational. She's like, someone was annoyed that you were going out with her and then another girl a couple nights later. And I was like, yeah, it's not my proudest moment though. I wish I was never on that group, because it's kind of a reputation destroyer for men. And she was like, no, I mean, not to worry. But she's like, I also work with that girl that posted that. And I was like, okay, this is going great. This is super great. Anyways, so
just eat more of that Thai food.
And I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta run. Anyways, I mean, the day actually went really well, but I just sat there and I'm like, dude, it's such a small world. It's such a small freaking world. So anyways, I feel like this is the old days of us sharing these kind of stories.
I know. I kind of miss these. And
Yeah.
I miss our dating story texts back and forth as well. Because we didn't get those for a good 2.5 years.
Yeah. And then, I got in a relationship for about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
So I've been lacking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I expect more, and I do want more, at least. I mean, it could be a one-way relationship, because honestly, Marianne and I really
listen, I know that my responsibility, and that's why I probably haven't never got remarried. It's my actual church calling to not get remarried, so that I can keep people married, so that people will hear my stories and say, you know what? I'm having some issues with my spouse or my long-term partner. I'm never going to date, so I'm going to make this work. I think that's my role. So that people will go, you know what? Life ain't so bad.
You're doing the Lord's work.
Basically.
Good for you. Good for you. But still, do you think it was D's or do you think it was the sushi?
Both.
What kind of sushi was it, though?
Oh, well, let's see. I could look it up, but it definitely had salmon in it.
Oh,
Had some tuna,
Okay.
a hot, what do they call that? There's eel sauce, the spicy mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was all the things.
Yeah, so a good majority of raw fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, 2.5 hours old at the very least.
Yeah. Yeah. Not to totally derail this and talk about sushi. I love sushi. Marianne and I love going out to, well, we have a place here in South Jordan. Red 88 is our favorite place.
I heard that place is delicious.
It's really good.
Okay.
We used to go to Yi Sushi.
Yeah.
That is on State and about 70 something ish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good. Like it's an old like taco or like a Mexican restaurant place. Like that's one thing I love about some of these sushi places.
Repurposed places.
Yeah,
And you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. That one was good until I got sick from the Utah roll.
Oh, it's a
And
really basic roll.
Well, right. You would think that, okay, it's probably like mayonnaise and ketchup, right?
Yeah. Gross rice. It's a fried sauce roll.
But no, it was trout.
Oh.
And
yeah, I never eat trout.
It was gross.
Okay.
Like it just did not. I don't know if it was the texture, if it was because I wasn't used to it, but it made me feel gross.
Sure.
And I swear it was just semi like warm, you know, like even room temperature or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But after that, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, honey, I can't go to Yi Sushi anymore. Even though they have the best birthday celebration display probably in the state of Utah.
Go on.
Like it's basically Happy Birthday meets the Oriental Trading magazine. Like they bought these like disco lights from the magazine and they put them up on the ceiling. And so every time somebody comes in to celebrate their birthday, they'll do happy birthday like in these like cheap $20 like disco lights in the restaurant. And it's so ghetto and it's perfection.
Okay.
But that's the only thing it really has going for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Red 88 by far is my favorite.
We should go. We'll have to go.
Yeah, no, we definitely need to go, especially when the next Bachelor comes out or something.
Oh, that's gonna happen. Okay.
Because we need to make this happen. So
perfect. Hey, do we have some phone calls?
actually, yes, we do.
All right.
Hey guys, this is Sandy, the one who never calls but really always thinks about it. Anyway, I had a few thoughts today and actually took the moment to pick the phone up. You were talking about Mother's Day's gifts that Josh got. And I understand that, you know, it's a difficult holiday to buy gifts for. You want to buy flowers, that's nice, but you want to get something that means something too. Well, a couple of thoughts. First, the Parmesan grater was an awesome idea, but I don't know if you've ever watched it. We're a fan of America's Got Talent in our home, and there was a singer who had a song about wanting more Parmesan on his food at the restaurants. And it starts out really bad on the show, and it turns out to be a big theme, and everyone loves it. And they had him on several times later. I shared the first link with you. And I can't go to Olive Garden now without thinking of this song and telling the waiter about it. He obviously should know. The second thought on these gifts is 1 year based on an Amazon product my husband had come across, the Ulitzer banana slicer. I sent you a link for that too. And the thing that was awesome about this, and we did buy it for our moms, But we also printed out the comments at the bottom because that's where the gold is. It's worth reading. That product can change your life. So there you go. A couple of cool product suggestions. And anyway, love you guys. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Sandy. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, it's about time.
Only imagine what those comments.
Oh, so Josh,
about.
you've never seen the banana slicer comments?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so in internet lore, and I'm talking 2009 internet lore, there were like two pretty big Amazon memes. The first one being the 5-pound bag of sugar-free gummy bears.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen the comments with that, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
And they're amazing. By the way, I tested it a couple years ago for my birthday. I just did the 1-pound bag. Nothing happened. In fact, I wanted the kind of story to happen like I just told, and I was like disappointed. It's like when you're like, oh, does Coke really melt nails or get rid of rust? And you test, you're like, oh, that was lame. So that said, the gummy bear reviews are amazing. And there's another one. It was like a 5-wolf moon shirt. The reviews on that are incredible.
Oh, that my little brother has.
Yeah.
I don't think he read the comments.
But the third most memeable one is the banana slicer. And it is as basic as a like stencil banana with slices in it. And the way that people talk about this thing is if like it's best thing since sliced bread. Oh, I mean, that's probably a comment. Like, right? It's sliced bananas. And it's like, they were always so complicated. It's actually great internet lore. So now I want to know, Sandy, like, or all moms, is it okay to give gag gifts with meaning? Right? Because I would consider that to be a gag gift. No, the Parmesan slicer, maybe a gag gift if you include the video, right? If you give context for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to know.
Okay?
I mean, I guess a lot of that would depend on the relationship that you have with, your mom or grandma or your wife, whatever. I know that my grandma would have loved that.
Okay.
And she did. And I actually did give her, I don't even know when it was, probably about 10 or 15 years ago. I actually bought my mom, my grandma, and my aunt Nerf guns. And,
that's cool.
And they ended up having a Nerf gun war on Mother's Day. It was great.
By the way, if you do a white elephant gift, I hate white elephant gift parties, by the way. Hate them.
I do too.
Because I always get something good for people, and I always get like the worst thing. I get like an eyebrow trimmer, and I'm like, hilarious. Okay.
And then there's Spencer, who just brings a package of hot dogs.
Yeah,
Could go either way.
The best white elephant gifts to get, whether they're like, hey, let's be serious or let's be funny, Nerf guns. Like a $20 Nerf gun.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a crowd pleaser. Even if people are like, oh, why would I need that? You're like, you'll want it.
Right. And even if it's just for that night, right?
Yeah.
Like it's fun because you can just sit there at the party and start shooting people.
Harmlessly,
yes. I should probably add
very
that.
much so. But thank you, Sandy. Call us back anytime you want.
Yes, please. All right, we have one more phone call here.
Hey, this is KP, and all I have to say about last week's show is, well, I have another reason to dislike sauerkraut now. Bye, guys.
You know,
we all do.
KP, we all do. It was a shared experience that, like, why did Spencer put that thought into all of our heads at once?
Yeah, like
you're scratching your head like you're trying to dig it out right now.
I have sauerkraut that's in my fridge, and I do actually love sauerkraut,
mm-hmm.
but I can't anymore.
Well, I mean, you took it so far as to make a global smash of a song. If you don't know, or if you never make it to the end of episodes, Josh, when prompted, throws an AI song in there. And listen, AI, give or take, I'm not always a big fan when it comes to art, but man, is the internet so good at making catchy songs.
Oh yeah,
Skynet hit songs.
I love that app. It's Suno. If anybody's wondering.
And so the app, the song, was it German? Obviously.
Yeah. What I usually do for these songs is I'll write down a few lines, or I'll do the basic outline, and then I'll throw it into ChatGPT, which will then get the structure of it, and then I'll throw it into this Suno app, which will put the lyrics and put the music and everything to it. It works. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, I use it for so much more than just the other show.
Well, of course.
I did a whole running song playlist for the Fartlek. I've done a bunch of songs for primary.
Yeah.
Like I've made revisions and new editions of
Careful.
I'm a Child of God.
Yeah.
Or primary songs where it just needs a little bit more guitar and
I mean, when they say energetically in the hymn book, like, guys, they say energetically. Try.
Exactly. Like I'm not gonna lie. Last week we sang "This Little Light of Mine" for the first time in our ward, and it struggled.
Did you feel a little born again?
No, because like we struggled so bad, because I'm like, all I wanted to do was in the back. I'm like, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine," and like, nope. Yeah, no clapping. Everybody's like, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." I'm like, come on, people. Like, this isn't a funeral. Let's get into it.
Yeah, they don't really want to shine their light. Clearly, they want to hide it right under a bushel.
No.
A bush. A bushel. Yeah. I don't even know.
There's another Tooele joke there.
Well, KP, thank you for your brief but apt phone call.
Yes.
Just shame on you, Spencer.
Sauerkraut.
All right. So with the phone calls, once again, call us anytime, especially for the 17th time or for the first time. But with all that said, Josh, you want to take us out?
You've just listened to The Other Show with Kent Dunn, Josh Hansen, and Spencer Myers. The Other Show is a Fat Squirrel production. Show design and audio editing is done by me, Josh Hansen. Sales and business manager is Spencer Myers. And resident sex appeal by none other than Kent C. Dunn. The Other Show is generously supported by our friends on Patreon. A huge thank you to our Friends with Benefits tier. These friends are contributing a minimum of $25 a month, which in return comes with some rather significant benefits, including the weekly off-the-cuff episodes of The Other Show, monthly bonus episodes, quarterly access to a live stream recording of an episode of The Other Show, and exclusive swag and perks. A huge thank you to our favorite Brit, Jonathan Vaskar, the lovely and talented Mrs. Robinson, the one and only Chris Anderson, Brandon from Popfly Cards, Lady Terry A. Finley, the proud Disney mom, Tanya Budge, the other Keith Brown, it's Rick, not Dick, Smith, Dave, and everyone's favorite Melanie Milring. To support The Other Show on Patreon, visit patreon.com/The Other Show to join. Please rate, review, and subscribe to The Other Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or wherever podcasts are found. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. To better connect with us and other fans of The Other Show, join our Facebook group, The Other Group. For links to past episodes, our other shows, and to shop for show swag, visit our website at theother.show. And remember, when you're not listening to me here on The Other Show, you can listen to me on the Fartlek Running Podcast Show.
You can hear me on my other show, Baconsale.
And this is where Spencer usually says something random, but before we go, we forgot a birthday. So happy birthday. David Kelly celebrating.
David! Happy birthday, David. Is it Dave? David?
Josh,
I know some people don't like David versus Dave.
I've always called him Dave. Known him for years, probably 20 years now.
Oh, well, either way, Dave, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave.